Hiya, just got to today's wedding and, oh, that's bright. Really excited for today and it's going to be bloody brilliant. So I set off from my house quite early that day, and instead of going straight to the bridal prep, I thought I'd head out to the venue because it's in the middle of nowhere and I wanted to make sure I was going to the correct place, because on Google Maps it literally just had a field, and yeah, I just wanted to make sure I was going to the right place. So turn up, and gratefully they had details and tables set up nicely already for me. Normally wedding venues, at least in England, they don't really set up things that early, but it paid off this wedding. Just capturing details around the venue, mainly using like the 50mm 1.2s for my Nikon and also the 24mm. Both lenses are making me a better photographer. I can't really explain it, but I really hate the 24mm, but it's great. So I've just finished up some detail shots of the venue. I haven't been here before, so I thought I'd come early because it's called the Wilderness and it's very simply named because it is in the middle of nowhere. Just finished up detail shots and I am off to the Airbnb to see the bride and groom because they have two Airbnbs next to each other, which is very handy. So see you there. Okay, so I've arrived at the Airbnb. It's quite an amazing building, so very blown away when I walked in. Here's the bride here, just applying some makeup. I always love to shoot through mirrors and things. And then obviously, if there's nothing going on, I like to take details of the dresses and this awesome personalised jacket she's got. There's Mike, the videographer for the day, just turned up. And yeah, so hanging dresses, I don't normally take photos of dresses, but it does pay off if there's a nice place to hang them. If there isn't, I don't really fret about it and just like kind of don't do it, or take a picture of where it is. Also, how I approach a wedding day is very much to observe the day. Like, they're getting married because they love each other and they want a wedding, not because they want a photo shoot. So, you know, I let people eat. I don't really tell people where to go, and you know, there's always nice light and people are always standing near last night, and yeah, it's just yeah, to be the observer and not pressure people into doing things they don't want to do. So here we got the bridesmaids and the bride, and they had these personalised like pajama like gown things, so I thought it would be quite cool to get a couple of shots with them wearing them. Otherwise, you know, you get them personalised and you take it home and you don't really wear it again, or you might do, but yeah, it's cool to get a couple of shots and warm bridesmaids up anyway, because I know we're going to get some good photos later on. One thing I'm trying to get more of is portrait orientation photos, or vertical / Instagram ones. I recently got a Nikon Z8, which is making it a lot more easier to do verticals. So I look forward to seeing videos with that. Here you got a classic shot of my leg, sorry about that. It's the bride's entrance into the room, and she does a little twirl, which is fantastic. Love getting everyone's like expressions and stuff. Sorry, you got a lovely view of my butt there. So here I'm just observing, seeing what's going on. She does a little twirl, so I can tell this wedding is going to be awesome. Okay, so here I go up to see the bride as she's nearly ready, and she's just coming down the stairs, so I glimpsed at these shoes she just put on, so I thought, oh, quickly just put your dress up and I'll get a shot of your shoes. And then she just sat down because we were waiting for someone downstairs, and then just the way I am, I've tried to make people as relaxed as possible, so then like the moments just happen. So here she just felt comfortable to just spin, so she span, and I was like, oh, and maybe you could spin as you're coming into the room, which resulted in that photo. So I just got to the venue. It's looking fantastic, very, very, very warm, but we have got lots of tree coverage, thankfully, so that's great. Just going to sort my kit out today. I'm using my 50mm 1.2 and my 24 1.8 on my dual cameras, and yeah, so I'm going to set up for the ceremony. Okay, so this is the ceremony area. It's very windy, so normally they open up both sides, but they only managed to open up one side, unfortunately. So it's quite dark and quite a challenging, like, white balance situation. This is the guys walking to the ceremony area, and Usher's just showing people where to go. People arrive on a big coach because of it's obviously, like, the car park's tiny. They've got a limited space. Here's the bride and the girls turning up in the Land Rover. Shout out to the Land Rover driver, legend. But yeah, so obviously just observing things and trying to liaise with Mike, the videographer, to see where he's going to go. And because of, obviously, I don't want to get in his way. He didn't really want to get in mine, but I kind of think, like, if I ruin a video, then it's pretty much ruined. But if he gets in the way of a photo, at least I can use AI to remove him from it. But yeah, so this is just the lead up to the ceremony. Very challenging white balance, and yeah, a bit cramped up where we were, but it was really nice. There she is, just manoeuvring her way around the pole. But a couple of shots getting her expression as she walked up. Usually I'm actually concentrated on the groom quite a lot, but because of I'm working by myself, yeah, I chose to get that shot instead. So I always like to shoot between the couple and capture the people in the first row, either side of the first row. And yeah, but the readings, I normally get like a couple of shots of the person doing the reading, but then after that I'll be, you know, taking photos of people like reacting to the speech, either laughing or crying, or just, you know, just being generally like photogenic. And sometimes, like, it's so weird, like, obviously couples, they're not told where to stand, so it's really nice when they finally, like, get to hug each other and have their first kiss and things, and put on the rings, obviously. Rings before first kiss. I always try to get like a close-up of a ring, like sliding onto a finger, depending on where I am, but didn't manage to get it this time. First kiss is good. I always like prep the groom, like typically before the wedding, so like if you know, rehearse your first kiss and stuff, and most of the time people will say no and think it's ridiculous, but then he kind of like reminds them that, oh, James has only got like literally a split second to get the shot, so maybe we should drag it out a bit and make the most of the first kiss. So out we go, and couple, like, there's loads of posing guides online and things, and the way I am, like, I'm observing, and had I not been observing, and then I wouldn't be getting this kind of stuff. Okay, ceremony went really well, and yeah, really pleased. Bit of a challenging environment, bit of tight space, but it's what it is. You play with the cards you get dealt with on a wedding day. We think it went well. Now it's just candid time with drinks reception, and then we'll have a nice sunset later, I reckon. Okay, so now after the ceremony, everyone's outside next to the teepee in the outside bar, and we're gonna have a shot together. I do believe it's called a wham bam shot. I do believe it's something to do with Australia, but I'm not too sure. The couple were from England, but they emigrated to Australia a while ago, and they came back for the wedding, so it was very special. So I wanted to get as many candidates of all the guests as possible. Really nice light, like the trees, it's not too dark and it's not too bright. Like, there was direct sun, but it was like kind of filtered through like the leaves, and it created like really nice pleasing light on everyone. So here they are. So someone's about to do a speech, little speech to everyone, you know, congratulating the couple and having a shot together. It's the last couple of people to arrive. Bride had amazing tattoos, so I felt like I really needed to get great photos of the tattoos. Kind of makes me want to get more tattoos, actually. I have like one tattoo on my shutter finger saying click, and it does not look very good at all, and I don't know what I was thinking at the time. So yeah, I just don't really go for like crazy compositions. I know like quite a lot of people are into like street photography, but I personally, for my style, I think it's just about getting the emotion of everyone being at the wedding, being happy together, than like crazy weird ass compositions. Love to get photos of kisses. I use Aftershoot to cull my wedding galleries, and for some reason every time someone gets kissed, Aftershoot flags it as like blurred or something, so that's just something to look out for if you do use Aftershoot. Yeah, if you are interested in Aftershoot, I do have a link in the description for Aftershoot. It's very good, and I've recently started using their Aftershoot edits as well, which is very good as well. So here, like the bridesmaids, I didn't know what the weather was going to be like later on, so I thought I would get them out for a little walk and just have a couple of photos with the bridesmaids, because sometimes like it warms them up for later on, if that makes sense. I don't want to be overly like too posy or anything, but normally if you go out for an amazing sunset with the bridesmaids, like they know you, and they, you know, have a few conversations with you during the day, then you're going to make them comfortable and they're going to look great then. And you can tell them to, you know, do their crazy Spice Girl album cover, or just play a bit of Beyonce over the speaker, and yeah, it results in like really good photos basically. So yeah, like they throw their flowers up in the air because they did it, and we didn't ask them to do it, and Mike was like, oh god, can we actually get that again? So this is a bit more like composed. Filming myself is so much harder than I thought it would be, but anyway, we've done the candids, we've done the drinks reception, we have done the group photos, which were a few more than planned, but because I had help, it was nice and easy. Top tip, put the responsibility for group photo organisation onto someone else. Print out the list, give it to someone else, tell the bride and the groom in advance, or bride and bride, or whoever it is in advance, that it's best to have someone else organise them. Yeah, so that's great. We've got speeches in a minute. I've delivered my same day previews with my Instax printer, and fully recommend you doing that as well. Their reaction's great, and I'm sure they're going to give me free marketing and take them around the wedding to all the guests and show everyone. And yeah, so hopefully later we're going to have a nice sunset. I think we're going to have a lovely sunset actually, so look forward to going out and getting some nice cool relaxed shots. But yeah, normally with couples portraits, like, I know there's a line and I don't really want to pose too heavily, but with this awesome couple I feel like there's no line at all. Also, I don't feel like I'm going to need to pose, just more like prompts. Got my speaker on my strap and play some like old school classics and get them vibing.